Hey, y'all, and welcome to the bonus episode, Five Things Friday, on this Friday, March the 10th. And I am bringing you Five Things Friday. I'm recording this from our hotel bathroom because I always record Five Things Friday on Thursdays to be able to really think about the things that I have learned or felt like are important for this week. And so to get it done today, I am cornered in the hotel bathroom. We are on spring break. But I really think I have five things that are going to make a difference in your business this week. If you don't know, this is the Social Takeoff Podcast, a marketing podcast designed for travel professionals to help explode and launch their business on social media. I'm Kelly Hay Smith, your host. I'm a travel agent turned social media marketer who now works with multiple seven-figure agencies to help bring strategy to their content and their overall marketing. So let's dig right into the five things that we're going to talk about this Friday. Number one, I want to talk about a conversation that went down in my DMs. It actually got put on, it was a comment on one of my posts, and I had to DM the commenter because I really wanted to talk about it. So first off, you all know, you've heard me on the podcast or on Instagram talk about how you don't want to look like Expedia. And this travel agent actually works for Expedia, but she is not a booking agent for Expedia. She is actually a travel agent. She services the booking, she provides the service. And what she felt like I was picking too hard on Expedia. And here, let me explain myself first off. It's really important for you to understand that I have clients and Instagram followers who are telling me on a regular basis that they are losing sales because people say that they can, quote, book it themselves. So maybe they've done all this research, maybe they've presented a fee, maybe they're just flat out being told, I wouldn't book with a travel agent because I can book myself. And the reason that I pick on Expedia or any of those booking engines, Priceline, whatever, is because that tends to be where they go to when it's certain things. The other reason I pick on Expedia is I am trying to get travel professionals to stop thinking about their content as hot deal after hot deal after hot deal. But what she said to me was, you could talk about Costco, and you're right. I could talk about Costco, Sam's, all of those things are the same. But I'm going to stick to my guns on Expedia and those booking engines because when you say book with me or when you are focused on the deal of the day, you are treating your business like a booking engine, which is like Expedia. Now, for someone who is a travel agent, a travel professional who is literally servicing the bookings, in my marketing opinion, it is far more important for someone like that to set themselves apart. Because if somebody sees Expedia in your name, they are not going to see the value of you as a service provider without very clear messaging from you to set yourself apart. So while it's not about Expedia itself, it's about the booking engine versus the service provider. And I feel like that's a very clear distinction that needs to be made. And so I am not picking on travel professionals who work for Expedia and service bookings. What I am saying is service providers need to not look like booking engines. And booking engines are things like Expedia and Costco and Sam's and Priceline and all of those others. So that is the point of that. And I stand by that statement. But I will say again, I feel like it is so much more important for someone who really actually has Expedia in their email handle that you are setting yourself apart as a service provider rather than representing the booking engine. Okay. Number 2 on your 5 Things Friday, Instagram features. And this is actually going to be 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I know. Okay. So number 2 are the Instagram features that I really wish I had. So I recently hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. And so supposedly once you hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, you're supposed to be able to get subscriptions. And I actually have an entire library of content that I want to bring you guys on Instagram subscriptions, but they won't turn them on for me. So, and then the other feature that I really want, that the last 48 hours, I have gotten tons of notifications from people I follow who now have a broadcast channel. I don't have that yet. I don't even have Reels bonuses yet. So the point of 5 Things Friday, so today's Friday, or today's Thursday. Earlier today, which when you listen to this will be yesterday, I posted a reel about lead forms on your Instagram profile. And there were a lot of you who commented that they didn't have that option yet. And the reason I told you about the features that I want that I don't have yet is to let you know that Instagram rolls out different features, and Meta in general rolls out different features to different people at different times. So you might get one or two of the new features, then it takes you longer to get the other. My business coach, who is a content creator and a marketing genius, still doesn't have schedule content on Instagram. So she can't schedule reels on Instagram. She can't schedule content on Instagram. And that is that's really where I'm doing most of my scheduling these days. And so it doesn't really matter how many followers you have or how consistent you are. They roll things out at different speeds. So the reason I am sharing this for number 2 is my biggest suggestion is when I talk about number 3 and 4, which are new features on Instagram, if you don't have them yet, you need to save this and come back to them when you do get them, because you will get them. Same thing with those reels that I'm posting. So I am trying to post 3 reels on Thursdays, Lord help me. But one of them is teaching. Actually, 2 of them are teaching. One is a simple, like, how to do something. And then another one is going to build off of like a series. And so when we're talking about lead forms, when you don't have that yet, go ahead and save that reel and create a collection or an album that lets you know what it's about, so that when you get that feature, you can go and get using it ASAP. That is a super important thing to do. Don't get frustrated because you don't have it yet. I understand. I'm frustrated because I don't have subscriptions yet. Frustrated that I didn't get broadcast channels yet, but that's okay. Just take a breath and realize that you will get it. And so I'm going to save this content and have ideas when I'm ready, when I have it, and then I'll use it. Number 3, we are going to talk about those lead forms. That reel went up on my Instagram. When you listen to this, it went up yesterday. Go look at that. It's going to teach you to use those lead forms. And actually, this is going to become a series of reels on my Instagram account, because I'm going to teach you how to use it in so many ways. But here's what I want you to understand about lead forms. This does not replace a pre-qualification form that your clients are going to fill out. This is going to help you pre-qualify your pre-qualifiers. What this is going to do is, I really suggest you utilizing 3 questions: destination, number of travelers, and budget. And the reason that I say those 3 things is, if their budget is unrealistic for the destination and the number of people that they want to travel with, then you need to have a conversation with them in the DMs before it goes anywhere else. And then you might be able to see where they are. Now, big suggestion, when you're having this conversation in the DMs, you get those leads, you have this conversation in the DMs, I want you to really utilize that voice memo button, because when you hear a voice from someone, it really helps build that authority, that credibility, and that recognition of you, that relatability of you, and the trust in you. And so use that voice memo button as often as you can. But those lead forms are not taking the place of your pre-qualification forms. They are simply starting a conversation and giving you another way to communicate. And as you see, as we go through this Reels series, there's so many ways that you can use that to help drum up the engagement and really get a sense of where people are. And remember, you can create multiple different forms. You can only have one on your profile at a time, but you could have forms based on, let's say that I'm at Disney, so this is the logical thing for me to think of. But last year, 2023, Disney opened in April. Before that, we usually got it May, June. So we know that 2024 will be releasing sometime in quarter two. And that means maybe that's a good place to put your 2024 Disney waitlist, and you can reach back out to them and get some more information and just starting building a rapport with them as you do that. So you can create more than one form. You can't use more than one on your profile at a time. However, you can change it as often as you want. So you can direct people to click that form on a regular basis and you'll have that changed. Okay, I think that was number 3. Number 4 is the send message button. I also went through these features in another reel earlier this week, but send message is a big deal to me. I have seen a lot of people putting send message on every single post, and I think that that's overkill, the same way that I think ad style or hot deals or promotions or salesy posts are overkill. Number 1, when you are putting that send message, it does kind of come across like an ad. So you do want to save that for a post that you feel like is really hard hitting content that someone can really get something out of. But number 2, that you're not going to get just anybody clicking that, or it's going to be very rare that you just get a random person clicking that. Most always, this is going to be a warm lead, someone that has followed you for a long time, is interested, and this is like, oh yeah, okay, now's the time. Here's the button. So realize what it's there for and make sure you utilize that when it's important. So I really suggest saving that for those hard-hitting sales style posts. Or if you're an agency owner, put it on there if you're talking about hiring. That's another great place to use that send message button. Okay, that was right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 5, travel content. This is going to kind of scratch the surface, but I am creating or have created a in-person live workshop curriculum that is going to be open for the Careers on Vacation community first. So COV students, COV graduates, and Wanderlust CEOs, both current and past. If it does not sell out in the COV community, I will be bringing it to all the people. But what we are going to be talking about is creating the content strategy. If you haven't noticed, been creating a lot of Instagram content about content strategy overall. And then we'll talk about how the marketing pieces and the content pieces support the strategy. But what we are going to do in this live workshop is really go into that. But the topic that I can't wait to dig into with these people in person is this idea of content capsules and how to build your content capsules. So the reason this is on my head right now is because I am on vacation and I've been working on building some capsules while we are getting to our destination. And these capsules will work like a wardrobe, like the capsule wardrobe, where you have maybe 15 pieces that you can mix and match. Now, of course, this is going to be more than 15 pieces, and you're going to want to continue to grow it month after month, year after year as you travel. But this content capsule idea is that you don't need to use one video one time and then pass it off and be done. And so what I want you to think about, the purpose that I want you to take away at the end of this podcast, is I want you to sit down and think about the processes that you find yourself explaining to clients over and over and over again. Maybe it's how to mobile order at Walt Disney World. Maybe it's how to use the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line app. Maybe it is how to pack in just a carry-on luggage. I don't know. But whatever you find yourself explaining over and over again, something that maybe you've created an email for or a video for that you find important, I want you to write that out. It's the same thing in your business where you need a system. If you are explaining it over and over and over again, this is a great way to understand what kind of content you need to be getting. So I want you, I always give you something to do from this. I want you to lay that out. And then I want you to come into my DMs on Instagram and tell me what what it was. And remember, I'm on spring break, but I will respond to you and let's talk through what it is that how to get that piece of content and build on that. So that's where I want you to start. We're going to talk more about content capsules, especially into April as that live workshop gets closer. And I'm going to just share more and more of that with you all. But that's where we're going to start with this. And so realize that this is a process that you're going on with me, but I really wanted to announce it today on 5 Things Friday. Okay. Now, next Tuesday, there's a brand new episode of Social Takeoff Podcast that will come out. And next Friday's 5 Things Friday is going to be a special episode all about vacation content and what I've learned while I am here in destination for a week. Okay, y'all, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to y'all next Tuesday.